What's up guys? Are you ready for another language comparison video? Well, today is the day for video number 9 of the series that I call Can a Spanish Speaker Understand Romance Languages and Beyond? Today I'm super excited because we're gonna look at some very interesting languages that I've been wanting to look for a little while. We're gonna look at Occitan language, we're gonna look at Romansh and Mirandese. Comment below if you know anything about these languages. But without further ado, let's get started. Let's get started with Occitan or the Langue de Oc, which is spoken mostly in the southern part of France but also in parts of Spain, parts of Italy and Monaco. There are different ranges about how many people approximately speak these languages. Some people say that only 100,000 people speak it, while others said that 800,000, which is a significant difference. UNESCO says that 4 of the 6 dialects of Occitan are actually really close to being extinct, which is really sad. It is important to point out that over 100 years ago, at the turn of the 20th century, the French government actually tried to ban all languages that were not French, including Occitan, and they just launched a campaign that was aggressive so people wouldn't learn it in schools, so there wouldn't be any literature connected to it, and so people who spoke it were humiliated. Today, the language is no longer banned and it actually has a modest revival. So let's listen to this beautiful language.
Et Koshikoba, you m'appelle Isabelle et je suis des Luzero de Mende. He grandi a Bâle, il a montagne de Lubrac et de la Margeride. Ma mère era del Magagiu, un petit village, et mon père era de Lubrac, de Chaldozaiga. Donc, e après la langue, mais lus biels del village, ma grand-mère, de Corquillo qui me parlava. Il y avait aussi lus biels qui venaient à la ferme parce que mon père era paysan et ma mère travaillait dans un hôpital. Voglio te dire mai qu'il y a un frère qui s'appelle Lou Thomas et une sœur qui est la Claire et je suis l'aînée de la famille. Et pas qu'à des prétentions qu'on parle la langue parce que cos paticon que zati.
Alright. Well, I can tell you that I have learned French before, so a lot of it was very similar to French. Very similar to French, like she said, je m'appelle, grandi, son and daughter were very similar to French as well. So yeah, it was like, to me, it sounded like a mix between French and Catalan, if that's possible. I don't speak Catalan, so it's just what it sounded like to me. So easy to understand because I speak French, but I don't know how it would be otherwise. So in terms of closeness to Spanish, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. Let me know what you guys think. Now we're gonna move to one of the 4 languages of Switzerland, Romansh, which I didn't know it was a Romance language until very recently. This language came through the Swiss region over 1500 years ago and is a direct descendant of Vulgar Latin. Today is mostly spoken in the region of, I need to read this, Graubünden, the canton of Graubünden in Switzerland. And most of the people that speak this language are bilingual with German, so I'm really curious to see how much German has influenced this language. So let's check it out right now.
Meu nome é Daniel Telli, io sono cresciuto a Trin, qua in Vic, al confine linguistico, corto von Flem. A casa ho cinciao Romansh a Trin, in scuola ho più Sur Silvan. Adesso per quel video che ho di scuola ho Sur Silvan, forse che ho midlo in teki in Romansh a Trin, io sono cresciuto in una famiglia di Purs. Vai faccio le scuole a Trin, sempre studiato già Turic, nordistica ed inglese. Avevo iniziato circa 1997 a lavorare in lì romancia, scuola linguistica, scuola coloratura linguistica. Avon che racconta un po' della lavoro che faccio che adesso ho raccontato i miei hobbies, qua era in cui è unihockey, legge il bia.
Alright, I'm gonna call that one weird, different Italian. It was a little bit harder to understand. It sounded very similar to Italian, which makes sense by Switzerland being really close to Italy and by that direct influence of Vulgar Latin. But I felt like they dropped a lot of things. It was like it was more. It sounded less like a Romance language at times. It had more like consonants that I'm used to, less of a rhythm. So it was a little bit difficult. Again, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 in closeness to Spanish. I think I understood a lot of words, but I struggled a little bit following the general story that this guy was saying. How did you guys do with this one? Last but not least, we move to Mirandese, which is a regional official language of Portugal and also a direct descendant of Astur-Leonese, which is one of the languages that we explored in past weeks. I recommend you check that video at the end of this video, but the link is right here just in case. But before, it is important to point out that this language became official in 1998 in Portugal, and because of this reason it is taught in schools and there are newspapers. However, most of the youth people of this region they prefer not to speak Mirandese. They consider Mirandese antiquated. So I don't know, if you know more about Mirandese, about this conflict that is going on between generations, let me know in the comments. But without more preamble, let's just jump straight into listening to Mirandese.
E vivo numa aldeia onde nasci e continuo sempre sendo da mesma aldeia, embora trabalhe na cidade, mas eu gosto muito da minha aldeia. O meu povo nunca esquece. Mesmo quando venho para aqui, há muitas pessoas que me pedem para eu falar mirandês, mas eu não sei falar sola, tenho que ser acompanhada e diálogo não consigo. E trabalho no museu, que é o meu trabalho. Gosto muito do trabalho que faço. E estamos aqui nesta sala do museu, que é uma cozinha mirandesa. E como eu estou habituada a trabalhar com estas coisas todas, todo me passou pelas mãos, desde a fazer a comida nos potes, na caldeira, para cocer lá.
Alright. I think this language in particular is extremely similar to Portuguese. However, sometimes I struggle with Portuguese, but this one was easier to understand. So I think I would give this one 4 out of 5. Of course, I can tell it's not Spanish, but it was so clear to understand. It was so slow, so paced, and yeah, it sounded very much like Portuguese. I cannot convey to you how much it sounded to Portuguese like me. If they didn't tell me that this was a different language, I would say this is Portuguese, but I don't know. What do you guys think? So yeah, guys, comment below what you thought of these languages, and I want you to go immediately and play this playlist that is called Can a Spanish Language Understand Other Languages? We have 8 other videos, yes, 8 other videos where we compare Spanish to Portuguese, to more obscure languages like Palenquero, to Chavacano. It's a really cool playlist, so go and play it right now. And don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this, more videos about accents, language comparisons, and anything related to Spanish language and beyond. Thank you so much, amigos. Adios.